Hey there, and welcome. Today, we're going to look at a super clever invention, one that's all about fixing a problem that, let's be honest, probably drives you crazy every single morning. And it all boils down to this one simple question.
I mean, you've been there, right? You know what's healthy, what you should be eating, but you're in a rush and that grab and go thing just wins every time. So what if you could actually engineer a better habit? Well, that's exactly what we're digging into today.
So let's talk about the two main characters in our story here, steel-cut oats and extra virgin olive oil. I mean, they're basically health food royalty, right? We hear all the time how amazing they are for us, but trying to eat them every day, yeah, that's where things get tricky.
Okay, so let's get real about the problems. First, steel cutouts. Your options are not great. You can either stand over a hot stove forever, or you do the whole overnight oats thing and end up with, well, a bowl of mush. Not exactly appealing. Then you've got extra virgin olive oil. We know it's a superfood, but chugging a spoonful of oil first thing in the morning, it's just weird. Kind of awkward, right?
And this is where the inventor Trong Nguyen comes in. He really nailed it. He was like, look, it doesn't matter that we know steel-cut oats, or SCO, and extra virgin olive oil, EVO, are good for us. If it's not practical, if it's not easy, we're just not going to do it every day. So he thought, okay, I'm going to engineer my way out of this.
So what did he come up with? How do you actually engineer a solution to this? Well, we're not just talking about a new recipe here. This is a full-on patented system, and it's this really cool mix of stuff you already know and one brilliant little piece of tech.
And you know what's wild? The whole system is actually pretty simple at its core. It's built around a regular 16-ounce mason jar. You probably have one in your kitchen right now. But the genius part, the real magic, is in the other pieces, specifically this special lid and a tiny patented valve inside it.
Okay, so this is the absolute heart of the invention. It's called the MOAV, which stands for Mother of All Valves. Gotta love that name. It's this super smart two-way valve, so when you microwave it, it lets the steam out, so, your jar doesn't explode. That's important. But then, and this is the secret sauce, as it cools down, it lets air back into the jar, and that little trick is what makes the whole cooking process work.
The science behind this is just so elegant. See, you're not actually cooking the oats in the microwave. You're just using that 1 minute of energy to get everything super hot and kickstart the process. The real cooking happens all by itself, overnight. That insulated jacket traps what's called gentle latent heat, and that slow, gentle heat is what finishes the job perfectly. No more electricity, no more effort. It's brilliant.
So what's the actual process? What do you have to do every night? It's honestly this easy. Step 1, put your oats and almond milk in the jar. Step 2, microwave it for literally 1 minute. Step 3, walk away, just leave it on the counter. That's it. Your breakfast is now cooking itself while you're sleeping. How cool is that?
Okay, the engineering is super cool, for sure. But the big question is, how does it taste? Is it any good? So let's talk about the payoff, the final product you get to enjoy in the morning.
The number one win here is the texture. It completely solves that whole mushy oatmeal problem we talked about. Instead, what you get is this amazing combination of textures. It's crunchy, it's chewy, and then when you stir in that olive oil, it becomes incredibly creamy. It's the best of all worlds.
And nutritionally, you're starting off in a fantastic place. That base recipe with just the oats, almond milk, and olive oil comes in at a really satisfying 300 calories. It's designed to be this perfect energy-packed foundation to start your day.
And you should really think of that base as a blank canvas. It's totally up to you where you take it. Feeling sweet? Add some cinnamon, maybe some yogurt or jam. Want to go savory? Throw in some tofu or a chopped up hard-boiled egg for a protein boost. You can even eat it warm or at room temperature. It's just made to be customized.
But this whole thing is about more than just a quick breakfast. For the creator, this was deeply personal. It was born out of his own health journey and what he calls his foods that heal philosophy.
And this really gets to the why of it all. See, Trong Nguyen actually created this whole system because he was on a personal mission to get his own health in check, specifically so he could avoid going on cholesterol medication. And when you know that, it just adds this whole other layer of purpose to it, doesn't it?
And get this, he tracked his progress. And that number, 5, that's the key. After just 5 weeks of making this his daily habit, he saw a significant improvement in his own lipid panel. I mean, that's a pretty powerful story, and it's the reason this whole thing exists.
So the whole idea was to take all this heart-healthy science and bake it into one super simple daily ritual. Something that leaves you feeling full and energized, not just fed. But there was still one piece of the puzzle missing.
Okay, so the Nooker device totally cracks the code on the steel-cut oats. Perfect. But remember the other part of the problem, that awkwardness of dealing with the olive oil? Well, a complete solution had to tackle that too.
And to solve that exact problem, he invented a companion gadget. The final piece of this breakfast system is called the Oliver dispenser.
The Oliver is just as thoughtfully engineered as the rest of it. It's designed to give you a perfect 1 tablespoon serving every single time, with no drips. And, this is really important, it also keeps the oil protected from air and light, so it stays fresh and high quality. So when you put the two together, you get this one totally seamless, practical daily ritual. You know, this whole story is just such a great example of someone finding that one little point of friction in a healthy habit and then using some really smart engineering to just erase it. It really gets you thinking, doesn't it? What other little daily habits in our lives are just waiting for someone to come along with a simple, clever redesign? Thanks for digging into this one with us.